idea. Knock, knock. Anyone there? Mr. Bailey's. Hi. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight? I'm alright. But you look pretty distracted. A penny for your thoughts? Ah, you can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Honey, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. I guess now that we spend so much time on social media, people believe we can be summed up in a picture or a sentence. But it's not like that. It's not that easy to know someone. Even if that someone is yourself. Especially if that someone is yourself. Sounds like we agree on this. We sure do. And it's been on my mind a lot in the past few days. Does that have anything to do with your wedding to Miss Lua? Got it in one. How are things on that front? A few days ago, we decided to take some time apart to think. That sounds ominous. No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup or even a break. Whew. We've been through so much. There's no walking back on our relationship now. But sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know? I think I see what you mean. So we decided to give each other a bit of space. And figure out what we really want out of our wedding. And more importantly, out of our marriage. I see. Have you made any progress on that front? Do you want the short version or the long version? I'm always here for the full story. Alright then, I'm gonna tell you everything. But I think I should order first. Sure thing, what can I make you tonight? I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm will do. So anything, really. Makes sense. What about some herbal tea then? Hibiscus? Butterfly pea? Butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great. With milk and honey, please. Sweetheart latte. Here you go. I hope you like it. Thanks, Manilia. This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know how I'm really not in touch with my family anymore? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I don't even miss them, most of the time. But in the end, they're just a random bunch of people. And we don't have very much in common. It's good that you've learned that about yourself, Mr. Bailey. I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now. Someone who passed away, I'm guessing? Exactly. Spot on again. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them, or both of them, would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, but then it was many years ago. Yes, it's quite normal for a little child to care about their parents, no matter who they are or how they behave. That's true. Anyway, I spent almost all my evenings curled up into a ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting. Except when my gran came to visit. Not that her being around prevented the fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances. Except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel. So she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey in it. Drinking this now with you feels a lot like family again. Sounds like she was a perceptive person. She truly was the best of them, until she got sick. Oh no, how did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick. Ah, see, that's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill colds. But they do get big, bad diseases, like everyone else. And it's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. So that's what families say most of the time when someone dies. Incidentally, that also means they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks. That sounds really awful. I did manage to visit her, and she put on a brave face, but it was clear she wasn't happy. But then she wasn't very happy before that either. At least she had you. It must have been a little consolation, but yes, I'm glad I was able to be with her. Ugh, to think I came very close to being trapped with those people. I'm pretty sure she would have hated that for me. A little part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now. I'm certain she would be. Thanks, Manilia. Here you are, letting me blab on again. Hey, that's more than fine, but... Do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are... well, a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua? I definitely think that's part of it. In fact... Good evening! Hi, Manilia. And hi. I don't think we've met before. I'm Silver. I'm Bailey. Nice to meet you. And I'm guessing you're Amanda. We are, but you do not appear to have a hive. How did you... Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? A little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly? Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013 probability. Congratulations on your excellent odds accusation. Thank you. Now, Cafe Offspring, we are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You were about to order, Amanda. We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience. Ah, I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you've completed your research on Earth? Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions. Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. But first, tell me, what sort of experience are you after? We wish to have something we have never had before. It's time to get creative, then. Yes, take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. Here you go. Hopefully, this tastes new to you. It does! It is at least 56.941% different from anything else we have experienced. We are, as Earthlings would express, delighted! According to our calculations, this is our 39,846th new experience since arriving on Earth. That's quite a lot. Perhaps, however, most of them were rather insignificant in nature. Oh, what about this one? This one is the 99th percentile of significant. Is that good or bad? It means it's very significant. Right, Amanda? Very much so. We enjoyed this place, and we will miss it. Oh, don't mind me. Getting a bit emotional here. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble. That one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see. Yeah, Lua mentioned that. He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night. Please tell her I'm grateful for that. Well, that agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. But that's where your help really came in handy, Manilia. My help? Yes, the card you got off the agent. We asked for help from an associate to run it through the mind you call computer. Once the contents of the card had been unveiled, we analyzed the language of its communication, which is quite an interesting mix, if we may say so. It is roughly 60.0923% syntax and 39.9077% mathematics. We then led a polynomial time attack on its encryption, expressing the ciphertext as... the point is, Amanda managed to get into the fire system. She obfuscated all mentions of any of us, or save beyond recognition. And some totally legitimate orders came in. Send the agent to Europe on an urgent mission, which should last more than long enough for him to forget all about us. Oop, that sounds incredible. It does sound thrilling. It was a very simple matter of applying hive knowledge. Be that as it may, that's great work, Amanda. We are pleased. Amanda is amazing. But let's not forget who got the card in the first place. You really helped us there, Manilia. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that, and very relieved. Yes, we have thought on it for a while, and we have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Not if it makes our sibling so sad. You've really gotten a hang of emotions now, haven't you, Amanda? Thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are content. That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purpose of general Earthling research. But it appears to us now that emotions are one of the most interesting aspects. We will be submitting you call it an academic paper? Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural patterns, deep-level communication in hive versus non-hive species. Wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title. Amanda always was the brains in the family. That wasn't your only mission, though, Amanda, right? If you're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right, you're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was. I think. I think I may have found it. Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while, and I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the Hive, when I came to Earth, and during this entire process when I changed and changed, what I was hoping was that someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. Hey, that's so great, but I'm curious. Doesn't being in a hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does, and it does not. And in fact, we hope that it is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly, but it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires. The emotions, as it were. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying, at least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is a part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I came to Earth. And I was really bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It will always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and scared. Which is not an uncommon experience, I think. It is really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions honestly. It certainly requires some time. And even more time to find someone who can look at them with you. And not get scared and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly. It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? A rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who remind me of that. So, does that mean you and Lua found some answers? Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. I'm so sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but... Anilia, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony. Which will take place 3 days hence. Wow, that's some answers indeed. Yeah. Taking a little time to think clearly. Taking a little time to think really cleared our heads. We had gotten bogged down in the details. And in our own insecurities, to be honest. So we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves. I am very touched, Mr. Baileys. Ah, come on, Manilia. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which, I also have Hyde's invitation here. A special invitation card for a certain someone. Well, Hyde and Gala's invitation, seeing how that's as obvious +1. Would you give it to them when you see them? It would be an honor. Silver and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I'm sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party? A party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999% pleasant. And 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse. Yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys. But sadly, we're leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to space then, Amanda? Not yet. We're going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting. It really is. Man and I are taking a trip through the country. And maybe even a bit further if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we will still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling, which is in essence circular reasoning. It may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I say that it's the real purpose of tourism. To have fun, to relax, and to see beautiful things. To enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99.999% excited to try it out. And so am I. I've never been out of Seattle since I arrived. I guess I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to blend in, that I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Manilia, that I always have a place to return to where I'll feel home, well, that makes me a lot less nervous. Aw, I'm very happy to hear that. I think I should order a drink. Of course! What can I make you? I like it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure. But I'm also in the mood for something sweet and soothing. So, sweet and soothing, but with an adventurous kick? Yes, that's exactly right. Then how about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? Ah, I love that. Hot chocolate with some sweetness and some spice would be amazing. Sing your body electric. Sing your body for hiding the truth in them prancing. Like a perfect man they are, like a perfect woman they are, like a perfect person the world expected they are. Not themselves, they can't be. They're hidden inside the closet, beneath the sweater, 4 size bigger, your mom bought you when you were 5, hoping you'll grow into it somehow. Do those sweaters fit you now? Sing your body for dressing in designers as they like. Fashion, like Gucci for the insecurity. Chanel is your personal hell. Louis V hides your body. Like it's a casket, you hide what you considered ugly. Inside of Versace, Dior, like you're not sure if you're a boy or a girl or whatnot. Your body still asks what you want inside those Armani pants. Yet sing your body for surviving fashion as they come. Wearing tight skirts like you're a woman, black shirts like you're a man, sweatshirts like you are neither. Dead or alive, padding inside bras to fill the gap in your chest, fighting to feel like you have nothing, weighing your shoulders, what you actually are. Is a person forever looking for a reason to stay alive. So when the devil asks for a dance, you look as good as you can, and sing your body for growing out of their chains, forgiving. A mother's expectations, a father's disappointment, the owner of a body who keeps on, drawing lines near their wrists, praying, this is it, yet persistence in staying alive. Oh, how happy your veins must be, carrying hope through arteries to where your heart is. A body that cannot stay broken, a body celebrated, a body forgiven. So sing your body for being, how blessed they are, the entire thing. How perfect a woman is, how perfect a man is, and how perfect a body outside, that is dichotomy. How perfect the souls still looking for a body fit for themselves, like shoes on the shelf inside the closet, still waiting to be used. There will be a time, pretty high heels, there'll be a time to feel like singing your body electric. Sing it fantastic, tantric like it's time, for your nakedness to be alive, proud as you are. want to know where I got all my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons, and I always love their stuff. But y'all know that already. Normal schedule. I'm very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. $299.792.458. Little spaceship decal. Here is the 299.792.458 for a Lightspeed Traveler. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes, it is the speed of light. Is the speed of light not evocative of great adventures? The speed of light. Oh, wow. Way to target your audience, Manilia. Thank you. Wait, do you like the taste, Silver? I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. Got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes. But then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, reminds me of you, Amanda. How does the taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. We do not entirely comprehend it, and yet we are pleased. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda, Silver, you can come here and I will make you this drink. I'd like that. Thank you, Manilia. Wow. Careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much. Ah, you're right. I'm just so excited. I can barely sit still. I can imagine. A first trip across the country is a big deal. It is, but that's not the only reason I'm excited. Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting lives. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person. With a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual. But this particular thing is very commonplace. Our sibling is excited because this date will be joining us. And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry. Although Pearl's features are a 9.231% different from left to right. We agree with her movie analysis, 99.999%. Wow. Hold on. Amanda, you have met Pearl and you talked about movies? And now she's joining you two on a holiday? How did any of that happen? We watched orc westerns all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Fortunately, she also likes space travel operas. Ha! I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way. I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and they got along. Does that mean she also knows where you're from, Silver? She does. In fact, I told her about that on our first date. Wow, that's very brave. Very hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you just met. And are starting to like. It takes guts. You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I've always felt safe here with all the regulars. I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. And so I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. But as we were talking, I was so happy to learn more about her, about who she is, and I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. And if my goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am, then she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision. Well, I say that if she heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. The truth is, this is a bit of a strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I become. And I want the people I love to be proud of me too. What is proud? Proud is... For yourself. I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about, consider who they are and the way they're acting, and it just fills you with joy. We see. Then we are definitely proud of you. You two are a really sweet family. And so are you and Miss Lua, Mr. Bailey's. True. Chosen families can also rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you were born with and a family that you acquire by choice. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99.999% similar in the end. And so it is. Well, we should probably get going. Yes, we must go pack. First time I've seen someone get excited about that specific part. What Amanda really means is that I pack. While she analyzes the earthling ritual of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on. Precisely. This is further information for our research. We are thrilled. Good luck, Silver. Indeed. You enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you'll tell us all about it when you're back, Silver. I will. Good night to you too, then. Hasta la vista, strangers. Orc westerns. Bye to you too. There's never a dull moment in your cafe, Manilia. I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps... Whether we'd like it? We love it! Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding. So, this is perfect. It's settled then! Lua's going to be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her now. That's a very exciting prospect. It really is. Thanks again, Manilia. You're like a guardian angel for us. And on that note, I'm off. Good night. More like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Mr. Baileys.